Hey RMC, it's Aidan. I'm coming at you with your Tactical Tuesday workout today. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on how to organize your training in order to maximize your performance in the long term, while also minimizing your risk for injury and overtraining. So what we're first going to focus on is what we call a training block. Now a training block is a specified amount of time that's going to focus on improving a specific athletic attribute or quality that you want to work on. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this sample of an 8-week training block. Now, we're going to split our training block up into 4 parts, all right? So we're starting off with 8 weeks, followed by 1 week of restoration. Now, that first phase that we have is going to be the intro phase, and that's exactly what it sounds like. It's where you're going to introduce yourself to the new workouts, the new exercises, and get your body used to what you're about to do. From there, we move on to what we call the loading phase. So this is where you're going to spend most of your time in your program. Now, the loading phase can be split up into 2, maybe even 3 different phases. Now, typically what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the first half by increasing the volume of the exercise that we're doing. And then from there in the second half, we're going to increase the intensity. Now, the purpose of that loading phase is to gradually increase the workload. What this is going to do is progressively overload our body and force ourselves to adapt to the new stimulus. Once we've completed that loading phase, we're going to move on to 1 week of a stabilization phase. Now that stabilization phase, you're basically going to maintain those high loads that you're doing near the end of your training in order to force our body to adapt to those higher loads where we can then improve. Now, once you've completed that 8 weeks of training, your body's going to be tired and you're going to need some time to rest and recover. So it's always good to throw in a nice week of recovery. And again, that's where we're going to realize those improvements, and we're also going to do ourselves a favor by minimizing the amount of time we're going to be training too much, and then we overtrain, and then we risk getting injured. Alright, now that we've focused on the training block, we're going to move on to how to organize your training week within your training block. So, we're going to cover 3 different types of training days that you're going to use throughout the week. Our first one we're going to focus on is going to be the development day. Now, these development days are very important because they're the highest level of loads that you're going to see throughout the training week. So, either the highest intensity or the highest volume. Now, this is where you're really going to push your body so that we can see how much you can do in order to improve. From there, we go to our stimulation days. Now, these are a little bit lower than the development days. So we're going to focus on moderate and even maintenance loads. So we're going to get your body moving, we're going to get your body working, but we're not necessarily going to crush yourself during every single workout. From there, we move to our recovery training, and that's exactly what it sounds like. It's going to be low levels where we're trying to get the body to move, get the blood flowing, and give it a chance to adapt, to recover, and to regenerate from the high volumes that we've been experiencing through the rest of the training week. So you can see we have a sample training week here where we've incorporated all 3 of these training days. So what we can do is we can start off the week with a stimulation day, so we get the body ready for some high training loads that we're going to do. The next day we can move to our development day. So again, this is going to be one of your hard workouts of the week. So you're really going to push the pace, you're either going to push the intensity, or you're going to push the volume. Following that day, you're going to be experiencing some fatigue, some soreness, so we usually will follow that up with a recovery training day. So again, low levels of intensity and low levels of volume to let the body recover. From there, we can repeat that same cycle. We follow it with another stimulation day, another really hard workout with the development day, and then we do another recovery day, again to facilitate the regeneration of our body's tissues. From there, if you'd like, you can throw in a complete rest day on Sunday, and then the next week, you can repeat that cycle. Alright, so one thing I want you guys to notice from this and to take home is that not every single workout and not every single week is going to be about crushing yourself and doing a really, really hard workout every single time you're in the gym or you're in the track. If we do that, we really risk the overtraining and the injury. If we're always training as hard as we can at the highest possible loads, our body simply doesn't have enough time to recover and to adapt to the stimulus that we've been providing. So, it's not always about working harder, but it's also about training smarter. Alright, so we do have to manipulate our loads to allow our body to recover from the hard training days we do by mixing in some of those moderate training days and some of those easy training days as well.